Let's understand the concepts of ecosystem in e-commerce. An ecosystem is a biological environment consisting of all the organisms living in a particular area, as well as all the physical components of the environment with which the organisms interact, such as air, soil, water and sunlight. Obviously, I'm not talking here about biology. I just took you there in your class 10th book. But we can relate this all things to a component of e-commerce and how they all can be interdependent here. So in a typical e-commerce transaction, which has a different player involved. This can be in all or one of the following, which I'm just saying. The hosting provider, your website has to be on some place, right? That hosting, your shopping cart, internet marketplace, payment gateway, merchant processing, then shipping processing and business automation tools, all these things, or maybe one or all. So for every one of these components, these are many choices. So the possible combinations are almost limitless. So let's tackle them one at a time. Let's catch this hosting provider, Webhost. What is it? This is a company which provides you the web hosting. Webhost provides a space on a server they own or lease by use of their clients, typically on a data center. Okay, so it's more of like a commercial host, or small businesses and individuals can go. You know about the website godaddy.com. Go and search about godaddy.com. The next is a shopping cart. A shopping cart is nothing but a component of a website that accepts customer orders and processes the payment. So these can be open source, or you can say type of program or commercially developed product. Open source means it is a community developed project created by developers and support in a community forum. While there are some of the more popular open source shopping carts available. You know about opencart.com. Flipkart has been made in OpenCart. Then ubercart.org. Using the open source cart can save money, but generally requires more technical knowledge and to administer that. Then comes the commercial shopping carts, which are widely available. Some of the more popular one are BigCommerce, then Zeppo.in, then comes your Magento and Shopify. So options and prices widely vary between carts to carts. So it depends completely, like how much they are charging and their break even and all, and how many customers they have got. One of the most critical feature of a shopping cart is the payment card industry, or you can say the data security standards, or in short we refer them as PCI compliances. Okay, the standard which was created to increase control around the cardholder's data to reduce the credit card fraud via its exposure. Okay, then next comes is internet marketplace. So marketplace is Alibaba, Amazon, eBay. They provide a way of list huge products which can be sold online without a website or a shopping cart. Okay, you just have to put the products online and the customer will come and he will buy the products from you, and they take a small percentage in the service they provide. Then comes the merchant services. In order to process credit or debit card, you will need a merchant service account. What is a merchant service account? It's a kind of bank account which allows businesses to accept payments by debit card and credit card. Okay, so the merchant account is established under the agreement between the acceptor and the merchant acquiring bank for the settlement of credit card and the debit card transaction. Whether a merchant enters into the merchant agreement directly with its acquiring bank or through an aggregator such as PayPal. The agreement binds the merchant to obey the operating regulations established and you can say established by the card brands. Example of merchant service providers are Intuit, Bank of America and Wells Fargo. Merchant service providers can offer an actual standalone price to equipment residing at the merchant site, wherein card can be scanned or the number can be entered into the terminal. It can also work directly with a website or shopping cart. This terminal or virtual terminal contacts the card provider through a payment gateway. Now, payment gateway, let's understand about the payment gateway. Payment gateway is what? In any e-commerce company, when you take or when you buy a product, you pay them. The transaction is authorized by a kind of API. It is equivalent to the physical point of sale terminal which is located in most of the retail outlets. So a merchant account provides a typical separate company from the payment gateway. Some merchants account providers have their own payment gateways, but the majority of companies use third-party payment gateways. Okay, so the payment gateways work in two ways now. The virtual terminal that can allow for a merchant to securely log in and key in credit card numbers. Okay, so the website shopping cart can now connect to the gateway via an API, that is application programming interface, to allow for real-time processing from the merchant's website. In this case, the example of payment gateways can be authorize.net or securepay.com. Next is a shipping processor. In this, what happens, a shipping processor is a party which is responsible for the shipping of the product. Shipping processors like USP, FedEx, DTDC, yeah, these are enough, or India Post, they are becoming more and more integrated with the e-commerce process as the technology is improving. So it is possible to have the data from the online order flow through to the shipping processes without duplicating the data entry. Automatically create the shipping document, calculate the shipping amount, and inform the buyer to the tracking information. Okay, next comes the business automation tool. So these are what? They are the third party tools which helps your e-commerce company to automate itself. But these are two specific automation tools that are mainly geared for the e-commerce shopping cart and marketplace orders, and to flow them directly to the payment systems, which is like QuickBooks or Tally. Okay, but rather take the data from the shopping cart, which the data goes to Tally. Tally is again like accounting software, so the inventory change and all these things can be handled there. QuickBooks is also a good example which you can use for accounting system. There's another software called T-Hub Order Manager from Attendra. Okay, and ECC, another one. Both products are similar and very, very simple, and they can actually help you in getting the products in stock, out of stock, manage your inventory, making your accounts clear, and you should check their websites for more information, I'll rather say. So now let's go to a typical internet order and break down each activity and the parties which are involved in the e-commerce transaction. Activity, parties. So number one, buyer select item on a website. Done. So who is a buyer now? Buyer places what? An order to buy it for himself, and the order goes through a credit card. So buyer and credit card, two parties. Third is the payment is routed through the payment gateway. Now the third thing came in. So basically the payment gateway processes the payment to the seller. Okay, I'm a seller, customer comes online, he takes his credit card and makes an order. So seller is me, I have a merchant account. So money is deposited in my merchant account. Done. So I'm a seller, I have a bank account. My bank account is called as merchant account. So the website, shopping cart, they send order to the seller, to me. The website sends an order to me. Now shopping cart is what? The seller, that is me, receives an order and I process it. And then what I do? I ship it to the shipping department. Now the item is shipped and the buyer gets a notification. Plup, plup. Now the shipper does what? Shipping processor does what? The order of what the buyer has given goes to my Tally, that accounting system, or QuickBooks. Now I, in my accounting team, get information. So this is a simple example how the order goes from parties to parties, and it becomes more complex when you factor in drop shipping, automatic product replenishments, and other third-party inventory systems such as fishbowl inventory. Some of these parties have a monetary involvement in the transaction. Okay. Now what happens? Payment gateway receives a small percent of each transaction which is flowing through these gateways. So CC Avenue, PayUmoney, and ICC Bank, they take some 2 to 3% margin between that. So seller merchant account charges a seller for each transaction processed. Shipping processor is paid electronically for each shipment. Okay, this is where the consultant comes in now. Regardless of whether the party has a monetary involvement, they all present different parts of the puzzle and points in which the process can break down. So this makes it even more critical that business consultants in the e-commerce industry understands the different components and become familiar with the process flow. So the typical end user just starting out an e-commerce cannot be expected to understand this, nor they should not start directly, because they may end up doing something else. So the technology and the accounting consultants can help you in understanding the process and offering a one-stop solution that actually helps you to do the complete end-to-end process, all-in-one process, giving the user one point of contact to address e-commerce, which encapsulates all of these various entitles into one. So there is a tremendous opportunity to get ahead of this wave, and the successful consultants will be the one who does end-to-end setup for them. So we'll be having a series of articles as and when we do the sessions and workshop for EGTP program, and this will help you in understanding how you can actually become a consultant and help the SMBs to go online with the e-commerce and global trade platform. Since the internet e-commerce model is still evolving, I will tackle such issues as sales support, or you can say the after sales support. We generally do not support the transactions, but helps the e-commerce companies grow and go global.